Another drawing you're going to need to do, guys, for task 1 will be drawings 3 and 4. They want these drawings in a oblique format. Okay, so with oblique, what we need to remember is, in order for oblique to look realistic, we need to divide the distance that it projects back by 2. So we need to do half distances for the projection back. So if we take a look at this drawing here, that's essentially what we're drawing, and the easiest way for me to do obliques is always to just draw one of the front, side or top views, and then I just project back from those corners. So if you take a look at what's happened here is we've got a front view and then a top view of the item. And then what I've done is I've just drawn that front view there. So it sort of looks like two T's butting into each other. And then I'm projecting back at 45 degrees. I actually think that oblique is probably one of the more easier ones to draw, apart from the fact that you've got to divide the distance back by 2, because it's always just sort of starting with a 2D shape and then making it 3D. So a couple of things I want to change on AutoCAD to make it a bit easier for me to start off with. And so once again, I'm going to set up, either have the printout on my bench so I can see the sizes, or I'm going to do what I'm doing here and sort of splitting my screen if I've got the size screen to sort that out. So with my polar tracking, it's going to be turned on, but I want my polar tracking to be going for 45 degrees. So that's the degrees that we project back with for oblique. And I'm going to have my O-snap on. So to get this one going, I'm just left clicking, and for me, I'm going to start up this top corner, and let's go with just the 2D shape for a start with. So 128 across the top, and then I push the cursor down in the direction I want to go. My hand's not even on the mouse at the moment, and I type in 12 and press enter. Same again this way here, I've got 128, but if I've got that projected intersection, it can not projected, predicted. It's just going to predict that I'm wanting to go there, or I could type in the number. It's all the same thing. So then once again I go line, and for me I'm going to project back to the right, like the one I've done there, and I'm wanting that to lock in at 45 degrees, and there it is there. And if we take a look at the distance we need to project back for this, I've got 40 plus 40, so that's going to be my 80. So it's 80 mil in real life, but because I need to go half, I'll just put in 40, and that will be my distance back. I can then do my 128 and go back like that, and I would fill in those lines there. I have made a slight little mistake here. I've got 12. Probably going to be easier for me to delete that line, and what I should have done is come across my 32. So 32, and I'm getting that from there, so that if it's not written in there, they look even. If we add all those up and subtract it from 128, I'm pretty sure the difference is 32. So that distance is a whole number because I'm not projecting back. But I'm going to come down now, and I've got my 56 minus 12. So that would be, minus 2 would be 54, minus 10, so it's going to be 44 down. Across, so I'm here now, I'm going to go across, and that thickness there will be my 12 again. Back up to here. Across now 40, so I'm getting that number from there, so there's my 40 from there to there. And my 44, across 12, so just not clicking, I'm just letting, well, I'm going to click now, but when I'm typing in those numbers, I don't need to click, I just type in the number and press spacebar. Okay, so then, what's happened here? So this one here, I'm going to need to project back on that 45. So anything on a 45 degree angle. Sorry guys, I've got a bit happening here today. It's my other video. So, where have we gone? Drawings 3 and 4. So projecting back, that's when I'm going to need to divide the distance by 2. So if we take a look at this one here, I want to project back to this point. So I've got 40, and then that's 20 there. So it's only from there to there would only be half of 20, so that's 10 in real life from there to there. And 40, so that would be 30 mil from that point to that point. So it's going to be 15 on the model. We're coming up 20, so still do the full height in the up. Now I'm projecting again at 45 degrees, so anything at 45 will be half. That gap is usually 20. That's its full measurement in real life, so I'm only going to put in half, which would be 10. And then I'll come back and I'll keep going that way. So from there to there would be my 30, so that's going to be 15 because it's half. And then I simply just come up until it intersects. And that's drawn that bit for me there. Because this piece is going to be identical to that piece, I'm also going to do something else a little bit tricky. I'm going to finish it off for start, and then I'll go CP for copy, spacebar, left clicking to create the lasso, and then left click again. So I read down the bottom, it says copy selected objects. Yep, no more to select, that's it. Spacebar, ask for a base point. I left click there, and then left click there. So they have the same base point in common, and it just copies that across for me. So in all this CAD stuff, guys, you're trying to eliminate doing the same thing twice. So that one there was pretty easy. I probably don't even need to explain this other one. I reckon you guys will be all over it. You would draw that front face, and you're going to project backwards half the thickness. So half that distance back there. Just like the isometric one, you're going to need to put it into an A4 border, and they're going to want one A4 per, they're going to want one drawing per A4 sheet. And so double click in this space here, and that gets me back to my model space. And what I'm wanting is a 1:1 scale. That sits there quite nicely. Underneath here, you can put the text oblique view. You're going to fill in your name, student number. You're going to save this as a DWG. And then you're also going to export it as a PDF. So the DWG is the proof that you're able to actually draw this drawing. And then the PDF is an easier format to be able to view the drawing to check. So you're going to need one sheet there for that. And then you would also need another sheet for your other one. So also just remember, once you've got your scale 1:1, just lock it in place and then double click out of it, and that gets you into your paper space, and that's where we do our annotating. So that's one whole file there just for that DWG, and then another one for the PDF, and then I will be drawing this in another drawing template. So you'll end up with, we jump on Teams for that task. I think I've even got it open, a picture of the whiteboard from today, where we've got AT1, so that's your two isometrics, and then your two obliques, and they make up that whole assessment item. So there's a DWG for each and a PDF for each.